Hey all, Hyuga here. Today we're checking out the Hyuga, I don't know how to say it, but it is, in my opinion, the best tier 5 battleship out there. It's just awesome, and it just makes the Fuso completely irrelevant, really. Awesome ship. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment if you enjoy this video here. Let's just have a look at my build here, and there's really nothing special about it. I'm using Takagi with Cunningham and Scharnhorst as inspirations, and then it's all accuracy, really, like a full accuracy and range build. So I assume that's the build most people are running. Aiming systems on the ship and propulsion mod as well, also very standard there, nothing special really. The reason I like this ship here is, well, first of all, it's really powerful. It's got a reload boost, you got 2 of them, and you got a spotter plane, you got heals. And that reload boost just means like so much because you can just go, oh, actually, I think I want to reload now. And, people aren't really ready for that. And it means that you can get off 2 salvos in a relatively short time here. And if you look at the ship here, you have 6 turrets. That's 12 barrels. And a lot of damage that this thing here can pump out. And especially if you can get, the ships down to about a third health, you're pretty much sure you're just gonna wipe them out in the next salvo. And that's what makes this ship here so powerful, because it can just remove ships really, really quickly from the battlefield. Especially because of that reload booster there. I mean, if you miss with the first salvo or whatever happens, you get another chance. And that means that it's very rare for ships actually to, survive. As a premium ship, of course, it costs doubloons, and that's just the way it is. There's no way around it. We're at tier 5, so the price isn't too bad. It's around 12,000 doubloons. That's okay. I mean, it could be worse. You're looking at tier 7s up in, 17,000. This is actually quite a fair price, I think, for the ship here, because it is good. It is. It's not overpowered in any way, but it's just consistent, and that's what I like about it. And also the precision is just nice, and that's what comes into the whole consistent part, because it, in general terms, it hits where you aim, and once you hit, it does a lot of damage. And really, that's what you want out of battleships, right? And of course, AP is your, shell of choice, but the HE is also really good on this thing here. And, destroyed, removed, and there was only 1 citadel there. The rest was just pens, and we still just removed that ship here. And that's why this one is so powerful, this Hyuga here. You see, ships that are down to a third health, they just get removed. And it means that, like I said in the beginning, you can just get those ships off the board very, very quickly and very, very easily. And it gives your team a pretty good, well, not a pretty good, a really good advantage, actually. It does sort of leave the tech tree ships, and yoink, another one there. It sort of leave the tech tree ships a little bit lackluster. Like I said, Fuso, why would you play that when you can play Hyuga? This ship here is so much better. Like, so much better. There's really no comparison, really. I don't really play that much, that many battleships. I mean, I do play battleships, but not that often. Like, I'm 90% cruiser battles, and then 5 or 10% mixed of the rest of the stuff, really. But when I do play battleships at tier 5, I play this because, well, it's the best. It's just like if you go down to tier 5 and you play the Italian premium down there, well, there's just no comparison, really. Like a good example is the bunch of games I played today in this ship here. I played about 10 battles, I think, and I average probably 120,000 damage or something at tier 5. And again, just remove that ship there off the board, away with it, and it's just so powerful that it's able to do that. every battle I've had 4 kills, I think. 4 kills, maybe 3 in one battle. But other than that, it's been 4 kills and no Kraken, unfortunately. But it just kind of shows how powerful this ship here is. It's there's nothing it can't handle really, and destroyers aren't that powerful down here at tier 5, so it's rare you really have to worry that much about them. Again, there was a pretty nasty salvo there on that Texas. But you know, if you're facing destroyers, it's really no different than to any other battleship that you can play. So I won't hold that against Hyuga at all. I do miss my commander from the French battleships that allow me to switch instantly between AP and HE. You can see I'm using HE here because I'm not really sure what this Fuso here is up to. So I'm just thinking, oh, let's see if we can start a fire. Why not? And then we don't get a fire, but it's alright. I mean, the HE is good and you have 12 barrels, so you're pretty, like, you are saturating the area. So if you need a hit, you're most likely gonna get one if you shoot HE. And the same with AP, of course, but you know, that works better on broadsides. The biggest problem with playing down here at tier 5 and tier 4 and whatever, like, it's more the fact that, I mean, the teamwork is, like, in general pretty awful. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it because this is tier 5 and I don't really expect people to know what they're doing until they get to tier 7. So that's fair enough, and you just have to live with it when you play down here. And I don't have no problem with that because you know, people are like practicing, they're training on the game, they're getting better, and they're working their ways up to the tiers. So if you get a bad team down here, that's fine. That's part of the experience. It's not until tier 7 and you know, especially legendary tier, that's, well, like, if you play up there, there are certain expectations. But anyway, down here, I don't really care. For example, if you look on the map, it would be pretty easy to wipe the blue team off the map right now because we're all in one spot. I mean, I'm here where I spawned, but there's like 3 other ships here that I don't know where they came from, but there they are. And you know, if the red team was organized, they could beat us quite easily because they're more spread out and they'll be able to get better crossfires at us over here. And well, unfortunately, that's just not how it works down here at tier 5. Well, it doesn't really work like that at tier 7 either. But at least at tier 7, you are allowed to complain about it. While down here, too bad. Move on to the next game. So does this ship have any weak sides? Not really, I think. Everything is quite decent on it, and the guns are just amazing. So that just puts it in a league of its own down here at tier 5, I really think so. Well, I cannot fault this ship in any way. You can see every salvo I've been shooting this game here, and this is like no fluke, it's just the way it is. They're so accurate, and where you aim, well, that's generally where the shells are going to land. And it just makes the ship satisfying to play this, and like less frustration. And of course, down here there aren't that many HE spamming cruisers, and the ones that are quite easily dealt with. So you don't have to worry so much about being set on fire from across the map by like a here I miss out on my Kraken. I wasn't sure if he was going to reverse or if he was going to go forward, so I just chose, I'll just go in the middle then. Looks like he's not moving, but then he actually went backwards. So anyway, we'll just pretend we got one. So there's very few premiums that I say are must-haves. My Public at tier 8 is definitely a must-have, and the tier 4 Italian battleship is also a must-have. And at tier 5, if you want a premium battleship, well, Hyuga is your must-have. It really is. It's fantastic, and it's just gives you very satisfying gameplay every time you play, unless you YOLO in and get torqued, of course. But if you just, you know, play with just a little bit of common sense and you know, like you're supposed to, really, then you're gonna have great battles in this ship here. And like, the damage I rake in here is it's more akin to what I get at tier 7, really. Because like I said, 120 is an average game, like 160, pretty good. 180 up, that's pretty good. And it does happen frequently down here, and that's, at least for me, that's kind of rare in battleships down here at tier 5. And I like that. That's good fun. I don't know if, the opponents like it, but to me, this is a must-have. And it's not that expensive either. I mean, yes, every premium in this game is a ridiculous price. I agree. Actually, when I first started playing this game here, I thought, I'll buy a premium ship and see if it's, totally overpowered, and I just wipe the enemy team with it. And of course, it wasn't. But I did notice, obviously, the price of that premium ship. Because I thought, like, wow, that's like same as a whole new game. And I mean, over the years, I've just become immune to it. I mean, if there's a premium ship I want, I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to look away and think, well, I don't really play any other games than World of Warships Legends at the moment. So the money I would spend on other games, I might as well just, pump into this game. Why not? So that's how I justify it to myself. But yeah, I agree. The premium ships are expensive. Actually, very expensive. Because you're paying probably the equivalent of $50 for a good premium ship. And sure, that's a lot of money. It really is. And I fully understand people who don't do it, or, only get the campaign ships and stuff like that. And of course, also now as a CC, I get the premium ships. If I don't get them outright, I get them for a week or two. I absolutely understand, like, common Bob playing this game here, and he doesn't want to spend hundreds of dollars every month on ships and commander items and whatever. But on the other hand, it is a free-to-play game, and you are playing it for free. So you can kind of, decide yourself how much you're going to spend on the game. And I think if you're one of those people who don't buy a lot of ships, or maybe only buy one every year or something like that, Hyuga should be on your short list, definitely. It's the best battleship at tier 5, and I don't think anyone will dispute that. So that was a pretty good battle here. No Kraken though, but very close. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.